Look, 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 look. Look at how amazing these potatoes look. They're fantastic, super easy to make, and absolutely delicious. Hello, today we're going to prepare an amazing dish. You can turn some regular, ordinary potatoes into a really, 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 really tasty dish. And I won't waste any more time because I'm starting by peeling potatoes. The first thing we're going to do is peel the potatoes. You know, you can do it with a knife or a peeler, it doesn't really matter. The only important thing is to remove the skin and wash them. Then we cut slices about 1 centimeter thick, one after another. And now to coat them, for which I first beat 2 eggs in a deep plate, like this one I have here. I prepare another one with flour, and it will be as simple as coating the potato with flour. Make sure it's well coated thanks to the moisture of the potato itself. And then we dip it in egg. It's that simple and that easy. If you want, it's a bit easier if you use a fork or two to turn the potato in the flour. And so the flour and egg don't stick to your fingers, which can get a bit messy, so make sure to coat it well. No matter what it takes, have your slice coated with flour and egg and ready to fry. Because we're going to give it a little crispy touch on the outside before cooking them, a double step today, so they'll turn out excellent. What you'll have to do is simply repeat this process with each of the potato slices we have. It's that easy. So now it's time to coat all the potatoes. Come on, here's another one. Once you have them all coated, we're going to give them a touch. We're going to fry them, and we'll do it in plenty of oil. I have it on medium-high heat. And it's been heating up for a little while, so that as soon as you put the potatoes in, they start frying. What do you think here? So we're going to add them one by one, as many as the pan will hold. Once we see that they start to brown on the bottom, flip them over, because even though there's plenty of oil, it's always hotter at the bottom. That's inevitable, so we flip them over and keep browning them until they're evenly golden on both sides. Afterwards, take a paper towel like this, or a kitchen towel, and place it on a plate. And that's where we're going to place each of the potatoes. As you can see, I shake them a little so the excess oil falls off, and then onto the plate with the paper towel. Repeat the process as many times as you have potatoes. I'm here continuing with a second batch. After frying them all and making sure they're nice and crispy, we're going to do a little magic. And it'll be very easy. Place a mortar, add a pinch of salt. I'll leave this up to your taste. You know, if you like it really salty, add more. If you like it less salty, add less. And the same with the parsley, a good handful. And if it's fresh like mine, even better. Also, 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. We're going to crush all of this so it turns into a kind of uniform paste. Crush the garlic and stir until you get a paste like this. Look, I'm going to show you the texture so you can see. It's a kind of soft paste. And we're going to fry this too in a little bit of oil. So once the oil is hot, we put this paste in and start stirring it around. Keep in mind that the garlic is crushed, so it has a lot of surface area in contact with the oil, which means it will cook pretty quickly. I recommend that you keep stirring the whole time until it looks like what you see on the screen. Everything is sauteing, chop, chop, chop. And the aroma, what a delicious smell. Well, when it looks like this, even some of the garlic cubes start to brown. It's time to add broth, specifically half a liter or 2.5 cups. You can use chicken broth or fish broth. That's up to your personal taste. I think it tastes even better with chicken broth, but I'll leave it at that. Everyone should use whichever one they like best, whichever they have on hand. Give it a few stirs, and when it heats up, add the potatoes we had prepared just by putting them in. It's that easy. Let's add them all, and once we have them all in, make sure they're as submerged as possible. We're going to cover them with the other half liter of broth, because in total, we're going to use a full liter. So here go another 2.5 cups. And as you'll see, I always try to pour it over the potatoes, especially the ones that stick out the most, so they get really soaked. That's the key, and that's the magic that turns this into an amazing recipe. Now what I'll do is cover the pan and let it come to a boil. Set it to medium heat or even a little lower because we don't want a strong boil. With this one we have here, is it enough? In my case, it took 20 minutes for them to look like this and get soft, so estimate around that amount of time. You can check by poking a potato, but it's very important that you don't stir while this is cooking, because the potatoes could break apart. Alright, I'm done. I remove it from the heat and enjoy. Look. What an absolute marvel. Some potatoes that I don't care what name you want to give them, because they're always delicious and they look amazing. I really hope you dare to make them, because I'm sure you're going to enjoy them a lot. Here you catch me enjoying a bit of this real marvel. Ingredients are super easy, simple, and explained with exact amounts, so you can make it at home and enjoy it to the fullest. In my homeland, we've always called them patatas a la importancia. The truth is, I think we can give it a different name in every place. I hope you'll tell me down below in the comments, where are you watching the video from, and what name would you give it? That way, I'm sure we'll get a lot of ideas. But speaking of ideas, do you want a lot of ideas? Well, I have hundreds of recipes on the channel. Check it out carefully, I'm sure you'll find your next favorite recipe. If you want sweet recipes, check out Goloslandia, my channel with hundreds of delicious options. Take a look and I'll keep enjoying. So delicious, oh my.